Yo, what up, everybody? Welcome to the Scottie Show. Tonight, I got a very special guest, Fear. How you doing, man?
Doing all right, man. How about you?
I'm chilling, dog. For the people that don't know who Fear is, and who's Fear?
Uh, Shit, man. I'm just me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel you on that, dog. Um, I like the style of music you make. I feel like it's like a cross between like Suicide Boys with like some rock shit in between. Cause like I feel like you can get into like different like pockets of like sounds when you're recording and making music. How how did you know that you like that you could do that style and be good at it? And also who were your inspirations for music?
Oh, shit, man. I just kind of always liked music. Like growing up as a kid, like
Yeah.
I'd always be like drumming with my hands and shit. And, like I started playing the guitar when I was like 9. So
Mm,
I kind of knew like super early on that this was what I wanted to do.
mm-hmm.
And eventually I got into producing later on. I think like 5, 6 years ago,
Mm.
back in like late 2016.
Yeah.
Because I would get into like bands and bands wouldn't take off and nobody wanted to put in the work.
Mm.
And then and I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna do it myself.
Mm.
So I just did it, doing it. And then I as for influences, like I grew up listening to all kinds of shit. Like I listened to like Gil Scott Heron, like old classic rock, grunge, just a lot of shit from like the early 2000s all
Mm.
around.
Like were you fucking with like System of a Down and stuff like that? Were you fucking
Oh
with
yeah. Oh yeah. All that
yeah, yeah,
shit.
yeah, yeah.
Like
You fucking with
obscure shit
Metallica?
too. Yeah, of course, of course.
Yeah, yeah,
Not as
Metallica's
much as I
fire.
used to. Not as much as I used to, but like I ended up getting into like super obscure shit. Like there's a band called Taproot
Mm,
and they're like kind of obscure.
yeah.
Like like Limp Bizkit, Corn era.
Yeah, Limp Bizkit, Corn. I was gonna say
Yeah.
Slipknot. Like,
Yeah, dude.
yeah. Like, have you seen Metallica live? Have you seen them?
No.
Dude, I got to see him. It's dope. I saw him at Lollapalooza like 3 years ago, I think. It was either 3 or 4 years
Oh,
ago. I saw him live. It was dope as fuck. It was the craziest show I've ever seen in my life.
dude, I
Um,
bet.
yeah. Like I feel like I'm happy that I had like such like a super like diverse like music like upbringing. Like my dad was a DJ, so I got like all the rap shit, and then we moved out to like the
Yeah.
country. We moved out to the countryside, so like I got to listen to like country music. I was hanging around like dirty like skateboard white boys, and like they
Yep.
like and they would like play like their shit too. So like I got to like hear like rock and like screamo and shit like that. I got to see what like
Yeah.
goth kids listen to and stuff like that. So like it like broadened like my spectrum of like what sounds can come out of a person's mouth and like things that they
Yeah.
can like make. Like because I know some people be like, oh, I don't listen to like rock or like stuff like that because I don't vibe with it. I just appreciate the fact that someone can make like those kind of sounds like out of like themselves,
Dude, yeah.
especially yeah, especially with like instruments too, like instruments and things like that, and then people using their voice as an instrument, and like I feel like we're in like that. Like people have been doing it, but I feel like now more than ever, people are using like their own voice as an instrument. Like you have like the Migos that do like that kind of like stuff, or like using their ad libs and then like putting it on like a beat or whatever. How do you feel about like music and where it's at right now?
Uh, I feel like it's about the same. It gets everything gets worse with like more technology, I feel like.
Yeah.
But that's just how everything goes. So I feel like when people are like, "Oh, music sucks right now," it's just as bad as it's ever been. It's the same
Yeah.
thing, just a different face.
I, like,
Uh,
do
but
you think
like
that?
there are like certain genres that are like really popping off right now.
Yeah.
Like you'll see trends happen and go, and it's like
Hmm.
it's just really cool to see that shit
Yeah.
like so easily.
I feel like it
I feel
happens
like,
super fast. Like now, I feel like it's
oh yeah,
faster than ever. Like we had like honestly, I still feel this way to this day. I feel like the 2015 through like 2017 was the most lit era to get into music personally. Like I felt like that time
yeah,
period was a really because like
yeah.
people were fucking with the SoundClouds and stuff like that. It like people could literally like generate like decent fan
You could
bases
do
off of sound.
you could do anything. You could
Yeah,
do
yeah,
anything back then, dude. Like 2016, 2017, like no, not even like fucking 2014 to 2017 was like a
yeah,
really good time to be
yeah, yeah.
making music as as recent as I can remember. Uh,
Super good time.
I feel like now it's kind of cooling down, and people are figuring out that they have plenty of time to pop their shit off.
Hmm. So do you think that it's
Um,
just like more accessible now? Like you think that like
oh yeah, yeah. I
music
think
is
it's
just
only going
super
to get more
accessible?
accessible.
Yeah,
I
because
think that's
like
cool as fuck.
I think it's cool, but yeah, I also feel like you have a bunch of people that want to be in the spotlight and not figure out an actual role within music. Everyone want like because like you can produce and stuff like that. You can and then you can also lay down vocals and
Right,
you can be the camera guy. You can be the lighting guy. You can be someone that
dude.
like
Yeah,
I, and I feel like people. I feel like nowadays more than ever, people want to be in the spotlight and not figure out like how can I actually develop a role within music without being like the spotlight person. You know what I'm saying? Do you feel like everyone wants to be in the spotlight nowadays more
yeah.
than ever?
Everybody's always going to be want to be in the spotlight, man. Like
Mm.
even people that are like at our level right now are like
Yeah,
trying to do that, but like
yeah.
that's just a natural thing. Uh, but yeah,
Do you
of course, people are trying to do that.
yeah. But do you think
Who
it's
wouldn't want to
important
be in the
to
spotlight?
yeah, but do you think it's important though to like figure out what your role is and not force
Yeah,
yourself into a role, but like knowing what it is instead of forcing yourself into the role. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah, dude. That's like the most important thing to know is like where you're supposed to be, and
Mm-hmm.
like that's like the best part. You working towards figuring out, figuring out what that is.
Yeah, yeah. How did you get involved with Kill Me Lord?
Uh, okay, so it's kind of like around the same timeline as Geist and Rich. So the three of us were in Umbrella a few years ago, and that kind of fell apart
Mm,
eventually. And so I left first, and then I kind of did my own thing for a little bit, and then Vlad hit me up, and he was like, "Hey, do you want to be in Kill Me Lord?" And I was like, "Yeah." And so I kind of joined there, but like before that, I uh, I met Vlad on like fucking Instagram and shit.
mm,
Like just like out of nowhere, he was in one of my sponsored posts or whatever, like or like advertisements.
yeah.
I was just scrolling my fucking Instagram and I found his music and I was like, oh shit. And I hit him up like I feel like 2 years ago or something.
Yeah.
And and we talked a little bit and I was like, hey, when's this coming out? And he's like, it's coming out then. And then it never came out and I forgot about it. And then like a little bit later, I hit him up again on Instagram because he posted like a snippet after I followed him, and it just popped up on my feed one day, and I was like, hey, when you drop this, can I do cover art for it? And he was like, yeah. And so I like posted the link on Twitter, and then we were talking, and I was like, hey, you should get on Twitter more. And then he started getting on Twitter more, and then he eventually like started working on Kill Me Lord and what it was gonna be.
Yeah.
At the beginning, and so that brings us to Umbrella, and then that whole deal. So he starts Kill Me Lord. I leave Umbrella shortly out after he starts Kill Me Lord, and he's like, "Hey, if you ever want to be in this, you have a spot."
Yeah.
And I was like, "All right, I want to be in this." So, and now we're here.
Hell yeah. What are your thoughts on being in a collective, and like how do you feel like a collective should be like ran, how it should be, how the vibe should be in a collective? Like what are your perspectives on collectives?
I feel like a lot of them don't work, but I feel like Kill Me Lord's different because we actually communicate with each other, and like a lot of people don't do that.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's a good dynamic to have.
For sure. Like, do you think do you think it's also like egos that get involved? Do you think that like a lot of infighting happens and stuff like that? Like a like what is like your like like why like
Oh yeah, fucking
on a wide scale, like what do you think like about like the like collectives and like and shit like that? I know like you did like the communication and things like that, but what do you think most downfalls are of collectives and like how they are ran and like who's in it, who's not like in it, like how do you like
yeah.
how do you feel like that should be ran?
It's the most of the downfall of it is like a lot of ego and like lack of self awareness, and so people just get like really uptight and get really stressed out, and then they're like, I gotta take a break, and then they leave, and then they never come back, and then that causes beef.
Yeah.
And then so like to avoid that, uh like I said, just like a lot of good communication is what you need.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
And that prevents that, and that's really how it should be run. As far as like the entertainment side, you gotta do it like Tyler the Creator, like Odd Future style. Like that's the key. Just do whatever the fuck you want.
Do you think that Kill Me Lord would be good like if you guys had a Kill Me Lord house? Like I've asked like a lot of people who Kill Me
Yeah.
Lord this.
Oh yeah,
Like,
dude. That Houston trip, it was so fun, but it was mainly fun because everybody fucking got along. Like we had minimal problems, and that was crazy because we had like 16 people deep in that bitch.
That's crazy.
You've already heard about the fucking $10,000 B&B allegation.
Yeah, that shit's crazy.
Dude, yeah. So like for that to be the only problem and like no infighting during that trip, like we're all out of state. Salah's coming in from the fucking UK.
Yeah, that's crazy too. I was like, damn, he got
People
a
that
UK.
aren't even in the collective pulled up and hung out, and like I don't know, that's just like crazy shit to see. So like yeah, of course I think Kill Me Lord House would be pretty cool, and it would work out very well.
Who are some of your favorite artists that you listen to right now?
I got a long list.
Give me like top 10.
Top 10? Okay. So right now there's a band called Omerta. And they're like new metal mixed with hardcore. And they're really, really, really fucking cool. Very nice people. they're doing tours with like Dying Fetus, Knocked Loose. Shit's crazy.
Oh hell yeah,
Uh,
that's lit.
dude, yeah, fucking. There's them. I've got fucking. Oh, shit? What have I been listening to lately?
Are you listening to more
I've
rock than
just
rap right now?
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I've been listening to a lot of classic rock lately.
Yeah.
So just like
Oh,
fucking Rolling Stones.
Rolling Stones. You fuck with Bob Dylan?
Dude, yeah.
Bob
Yeah.
Dylan is
I
the
only
bro.
I only like I
He's
only
one of the
really,
best
really
writers
like
ever. He's one
dude,
of the
yeah,
best
I
writers
only
ever.
really, really liked that song that was in the Big Lebowski.
Yeah,
You ever
yeah.
seen that movie?
Yeah, I've seen that movie. Hell
It's
yeah.
a good one.
Yeah, yeah. Like I think Bob Dylan is one of the greatest. Like, if he was a rapper, he'd be one of the most fire rappers ever. Cause like
Yeah.
I remember I was listening to his shit and like he was just like he was like in my head when I was listening to like his music, like he was like rapping his ass off. Like I remember I was listening to like Knocking on Heaven's Door, and like bruh, he was spitting. I was like, bruh,
Yeah.
like like when people like when you like besides like all the instruments and stuff playing, when you just like listen to the words that he's like saying, I'm like, damn, bro, this dude's spitting for real. Like he's saying some
Dude,
shit that like
yeah.
he's saying some shit that like a rapper would say, like a street rapper would say, like on a song, but he's just like saying it on like some mellow like rock
Dude.
shit. You know what I'm saying?
Dude,
Like
yeah,
that's how I look at
exactly.
it.
If you listen to fucking he has a song called "The Man in Me," and if you
Yeah,
listen to
bro,
the
I got
lyrics
know
on that
that
shit,
song.
it's just an R&B song.
Yeah, yeah,
It's just a love song.
yeah, like that's how like I look at that shit. I'm like, bro, if he like put the if he like I don't know, like the tempo and stuff that he raps on, it's hard to put it on like a rap beat or whatever or R&B beat. So
Yeah,
like he would have to change his tempo up, but that's just Bob Dylan's style is just his style. But
yeah,
if he like changed his tempo up and threw that shit on a rap beat or like some R&B beat, that should be a slapper because a lot of other rappers and like R&B singers say the same exact shit that Bob Dylan is saying. Like
yeah. Someone's got to sample Bob Dylan for a drill song.
yeah, bro, Bob Dylan is fire, man. Like I really became a fan of him. I would say like 2017, I really became like a big fan of like Bob Dylan. I was like listening to him heavy and like just because like wasn't he what was what well, I'm not good with my history with this shit, but what band was Bob Dylan a part of again? Fucking
Shit. Hold on, let me look that up.
bro, I was about to say the Beatles, but I was like, oh no, he ain't part of the fucking Beatles. Hold on, I'm gonna look it up too. See if I can find it. But what band? Let me see. What band was Bob Dylan? Traveling Wilburys. Wilburys? Huh. Bob Dylan. Dun, dun, dun. Dude, yeah, he was in like some crazy shit. And, like
Yeah,
he's just like and, like his writing is just fucking crazy. Did you fuck with Linkin Park? You ever fuck with Linkin Park?
yeah. I love Linkin Park.
Dude, Linkin Park was so fire, man. I think they were a really big influence for me, like in music, like especially like when they did that Jay-Z crossover. That shit
Dude,
was so
yeah,
fire.
that shit was so fucking fire. Uh, dude, yeah. Growing up, I listened to a lot of Linkin Park. Fucking what was it, Meteora? That album,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
one with Somewhere I Belong, and I think it had Numb on it.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
numb, yeah, yeah. Dang, yeah, that like that shit was just
that
so
shit was
like
tight.
it was prolific at its time. What do you
Yeah,
think about what do you think about like like rock and like and that scene nowadays? Like do you think like it's like been like do you think it's been overran by pop stars? Do you think it's been hijacked? Do you think the rock scene has been hijacked? I think the rock scene has
uh,
been hijacked.
Yeah, yeah, it has. It's been hijacked really bad. But like it honestly, you can find what you're looking for depending on where you're looking for it.
Yeah, yeah,
The rock
yeah.
scene, it's just like any other scene, man. There's like a whole bunch of shit that you can find
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
still
that's
really
true.
good. You know, there's
But
a bunch of people that are like trying to do shit how it should be done.
yeah, my thing about it is though, it's just like with rap too. It's like the people that are actually in the community isn't being put on the forefront. You got people like Machine Gun
Yes.
Kelly. You got people like Machine Gun Kelly being put on the forefront of
Ugh.
like rock, emo, punk, and stuff like that. When he was literally a fucking rapper. Like he was literally a white boy
Oh
rapper
yeah.
that was trying to like that he
He was
and
biting Eminem and then
yeah,
it
bite
didn't
him.
work out for him.
Yeah, and like I kind of hate when like when artists like do that, like they use rap, and then when rap don't work out for them, they do rock and stuff like that. But if you were already like doing rock and rap, I understand. But MGK was never doing that. He did that shit as soon as Lil Peep died, and Lil Peep
Dude,
died never.
yeah.
Lil Peep never even looked at himself as a rock star. He said he was a rapper. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
he was like, "Yo, I'm a rapper, dog." Like, what do you feel about Lil Peep and like his era? Like, what do you feel about that era?
I love Lil Peep. I feel like he influenced millions of people. Like you saw the whole fucking guitar wave where people were rapping on like emo beats and shit.
Hell yeah.
Like immediately after he died. Of
Mm-hmm.
course, like yeah, MGK doesn't do shit
Do you
compared
think
to
do you think Lil Peep and like X's death and a lot of other artists' death, like, do you think that that was like the downfall of like that sound era? Like like as soon as they passed away, like I
feel
feel like that shit died. Like you think that shit died at like the SoundCloud era? You think it just died after that?
I feel like as soon as it was as soon as Peep went was like when everybody kind of felt something hit really hard
Mm-hmm.
and they're like, "Oh, this shit this shit's like not fun anymore."
Yeah.
Like it was really sad.
Yeah, like I feel
So
like
like cuz like he was young, man.
mm-hmm.
He was like a year older than me,
Yeah. That's just
I
crazy,
think.
man. That's
Yeah.
just crazy, dog. Like when I feel like when Lil Peep died, I feel like it didn't become I feel like the fun was drained out of it because a lot of these labels were trying to recreate a Lil Peep instead of letting
Yeah.
his legacy just be his legacy. A lot of people wanted
Yeah.
to be like a lot of labels wanted to recreate a bunch of X's and stuff like that. And it's you can't recreate that kind of shit because it's their
Yeah.
sound. It's their
They
sound.
they kept trying to take their producers and be like, "Oh, work with this guy, work with this guy.
Mm-hmm.
You'll make another Peep." And
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't work. It's the people.
Yeah, yeah. Definitely the
And
people.
then they just like feed them drugs and shit.
Yeah, bro. That shit's crazy, dog. Like
Yeah.
I really think I really think like I don't know how we bounce back from from this. And I still think we're bouncing back from the death of Lil Peep and the death of X. And like
Hmm.
I feel like we're now like reaching like that like we're coming to the end of people trying to copy Lil Peep and copy like that style. And I feel like now people are trying to get back into like doing like the cloud rap a little bit because you do see people like mimicking like that Cardi style, that Uzi style, even more
Yeah.
now than ever. Even the Yeet style, like the Yeet, like
Dude. Yeah, that Yeet's fucking crazy.
yeah,
I
yeah.
love Yeet.
Do you think that
People hate
the
on him, but
yeah, I don't like I don't I like Yeet. I just don't like people that like wanna just like I want people to be inspired but not copy. You
yeah,
know what I'm saying? Like
yeah,
I feel like people should learn how to develop their own sounds, and that's what's gonna make, you know, the music sound good. That's what's gonna make people buy in. And I feel like Vlad has that, you know, that about that aura about him. Like he has like that he can do any kind
Dude,
of
yeah,
style. And
yeah, yeah.
yeah. And I feel like Kill Me Lord within itself has like that aura about them. You guys like do your own thing. You guys like I can definitely hear inspiration from different artists and stuff like that. But you guys still make different sounds. Like you guys are still continuing to make. You guys don't make like yeah. You guys may like someone may make a song that sounds like some fucking Juice WRLD shit, but then you the person's making like a different song that has a different sound to it. And it's not like the repeat like process, like it's not like microwavable bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like that's
yeah,
like one thing I like about Kill Me Lord and like y'all whole group. Like y'all definitely take inspiration and try to like figure out what your guys' sound is. Like that is like one thing I like. You guys aren't set on, all right, this is my sound. I'm just gonna keep on regurgitating like this flow and like this bullshit. No, like y'all are all right, I'm gonna try this flow out. I'm gonna try this sound out. I'm gonna try that. Like, and then it's just like y'all like keep on trying different stuff. Is there like do y'all feel like a competition between like within like our group, like who can make like the dopest sounds, who can make like the dopest song or whatever? Like, and I mean like friendly competition, not like a competition
oh
like
yeah.
all this person.
Sometimes, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but most of the time, no. Most of the time, we just
Mm,
kind of like give each other tips and shit,
mm.
and like we'll someone will send a link and someone will listen to it and they'll be
Hell
like,
yeah.
"Oh, this sounds great. You could do this. You could try this." You know, like or just like, "Oh, this is perfect as is."
Hell yeah, bro. Um, so you live in Oklahoma, right?
Yeah,
What's the craziest shit you've seen in Oklahoma?
bro, bro. I work. I work at a truck stop, so you know
Okay.
I've seen some crazy shit. I got some
Hell
shit
yeah.
for you.
Oh, hey, your mic went dead. Let me hear.
Shit.
Oh, I can hear you now. I can hear you now.
Okay, but
Yeah.
okay, so I think it was the third day I worked there. I was cleaning the showers. This lady comes in. She's like, "Hey, I need a shower, like right now." And she carries this drunk dude in, and he's just shitting himself,
What?
just like all over the floor, all over himself. His pants are down to his ankles.
What
This
the
is
fuck?
midday. This is like 10:30 in the morning.
What the fuck?
Yeah. And I'm like, okay, what the fuck? And so we get him into a shower,
Homeless?
and then you there?
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, bet. Were they
Bet.
homeless?
No, no, it was like it was a trucker. Like
You just off the
he
shit.
was like he was like he passed out or something because he came in at like 7 when I got there, and he bought like 3 cases of beer.
What the fuck? So he got fucked up.
Yeah, yeah, he
He
was getting
got
quick with it.
and that girl was that girl an escort?
I I don't know.
Cause
I've
bro, I
seen
be
I've
bro,
seen plenty of
was
them.
she a lot lizard, bro? Was she a lot lizard, dog?
She didn't look like one if she was.
Yeah, she was that shit
Sometimes
was
it's hard to
crazy.
tell, man.
That shit is crazy.
It's
No,
insane, bro.
yeah, yeah, cause like definitely like I be like I've heard like stories of that shit like and like jokes. What the fuck, bro? My shit like tweaked out. Give me 1 second.
Damn, you're all good.
Um, all right, here we go. All right.
Bet.
All right, but yeah, like I've heard like crazy ass like stories on like comedy podcasts and shit like that. of
Yeah,
like just like making fun of like lot lizards and shit like that. Like it is definitely I would say definitely nowadays it's probably hard to tell like who's a lot lizard or who isn't.
yeah. It now in Oklahoma, most of the time it's someone that's like looking tweaked out or like definitely doesn't want to be with the dude that they're with. You know, they go to a
Yeah,
shower together and they're like not into it.
yeah. Yeah, that's
And
fucking
like
wild, dog.
it sucks to see sometimes because like I'm like,
Yeah,
I can't do nothing about that.
yeah.
It ain't
Yeah, yeah,
I ain't equipped to handle that.
yeah. That shit's crazy. What like what you got coming out like next, you know, for people that like fuck with your music, that fuck with your sound. What do you got coming out next, bro?
I got okay, so I'm in a band. It's called Hitbox. Uh we're dropping a EP on November 23rd,
Okay.
and we've got a whole bunch of cool shit coming out on that date as well as the EP and after the EP, just a whole bunch of cool shit.
Hell
Stuff
yeah.
I can't talk about yet.
Yeah, I feel you, dog. Any new shit coming out with any Kill Me Lord artists?
Uh I've kind of quietly been working on a sequel to a song with Roll and Frosty.
Hell
Uh,
yeah.
we had a song called Pressed, and we're talking about
That
doing,
song's fire.
yeah, we're
Song's
talking about
fire.
doing like a part two to it.
Hell yeah.
And so I've kind of been like in between hitbox stuff and like trying to just live. I've been working on like different parts of that song.
Mm-hmm.
So that's going to be cool.
Dude, that's sick, bro. I definitely fuck with that song. I like the beat, everything about it was fire. And then like I'm really excited. Like if y'all do a part two, I'm really excited because I know Bro has like grew as an artist and so has Frosty.
Yeah,
And like I've definitely heard like the difference in like Bro's like style, and now he has grown. Like he's getting more comfortable with like his voice and stuff. And like
yeah, dude,
Frosty,
it's really cool.
yeah, Frosty, he's always like been in like his bag with like that music shit. He's fire like off the rip.
Yeah, just offer it.
Yeah, bro. Any
Yeah,
solo
I'm
shit you
really
got coming
excited.
out?
Uh, I might be dropping a couple songs, just like shit that I've made recently, but like
Hell
that's
yeah.
about it.
Hell
I don't
yeah.
really upload that much,
I feel you.
but yeah.
Are you trying to be like more like do you want to be more consistent with uploading like just songs and stuff?
Nah. I mean, if I make something and I'm like, all right, this is finished enough, and I like it enough to upload it,
Mm,
I'll upload it.
mm.
But
I
like,
feel you.
I'm more focused on like other shit, like
Mm.
hitbox mainly right now
Yeah,
is what
yeah.
I'm working on the most, and then fucking just occasional shit with Kill Me Lord and Seraphim.
Hell yeah, bro.
So
What advice would you have for someone that, you know, that wants to be like an artist, a musician, and like, you know, they're like a 16-year-old or whatever? Like, what advice would you give like them?
uh, do it yourself.
Mm.
Just like I don't know, take your time. Like
Yeah, yeah.
that's all you really have is time.
Hmm.
So like use that to the best you can.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. That's real. Like, you know, time is like, and I feel like people don't realize how much time they have in a day. Like, especially like when you have to work like a job and stuff like that. Even when you do work a
Yes.
job, even when you do work a 9 to 5 or whatever, you still got time to work on stuff.
Yeah, dude. Like I every time I come home from work cuz I have an early schedule. So I get
Hmm.
off pretty early in the day. So I'll come home from work and I'll like eat if I haven't eaten, drink some water, just like kind of relax for like an hour or two, and then
Hmm.
I'll get on the computer and I'll just try to make music for
Hell
like
yeah.
at least 4 hours.
Bro, I feel you on that. You gotta do that shit. Like,
Yeah, it
yeah,
just keeps
bro.
it flowing, and
Hell
like
yeah.
if it helps kind of like keep that flowing so much that sometimes I can push through burnout.
Hmm.
it's I don't know. It's a compulsion for me. But like you also gotta be able to take your time.
That and you have to love what like you like if I feel like most people that like now since music is so accessible, I feel like a lot of people get into it for the money and not because
Hmm.
they love music. People that like do music and they love music, they do it every day because they like doing it. It's like their version of going to the gym, you know, if they don't go to the
Yeah,
gym.
yeah,
That's how I look at it. Like it's like their version
yeah,
of like playing basketball with like the homies. Like I feel like that's how I look at like people that love making music every day. It's like you gotta really like that shit. You gotta really like love like
yeah.
doing it. All right, I'm gonna end on a couple of other questions. So
But
do you believe in aliens?
yeah, yeah, I do.
Oh yeah.
I believe the moon landing was fake. They had the like all the film shit they needed to fake that shit back then, and I
Hell
believe
yeah.
aliens are real. I believe that they've desensitized us so much with just regular old politics and war
Mm-hmm.
that when they released those fucking Air Force documents, nobody gave a shit, and
Yeah.
we've all forgotten about it now.
Mm-hmm.
It was the perfect time to do it. They did it.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
already
for
told us
sure.
they exist.
Yeah, yeah. Um
Sorry, I'm like super deep into that like white boy
yeah.
conspiracy bullshit.
Bro, no, like for sure, bro, like I'm 100% into that shit too. Like I know about Project Bluebeam, Project Paperclip, and all that stuff, and like,
Yeah,
yeah, bro,
yeah.
like I definitely like understand all that shit, dog. What are who would you want to make a song with? Right, you can only pick one person, dead or alive.
Oh, oh, shit, man. That's a good question. There's so many. Um, I want to make a song with Lemmy from Motorhead.
Fire
I
choice.
think that'd be sick.
Hell yeah, dog. I'll be fire, man. Any like could we expect any music videos, any like other extra things that you were trying to work on? Like what can we expect from that?
Uh, I'm doing I'm doing Crackfest 4
Oh yeah.
with my band. We're gonna sneak peek like a new song
Hmm.
before it drops,
Hell yeah.
and then I'm gonna be getting some really cool visuals for that.
Hell yeah, bro.
It's gonna be sick.
Yeah, dog.
So yeah,
Oh yeah, man. I can't wait to see that shit, dog.
man, same.
Man, I really appreciate you for pulling up, dog. I really enjoyed this. I fuck with your music, man. Like I like the sounds that you can make. I like the different like bags that you can get into when it comes to making music, man. And I just can't wait to see what you do in the future, dog.
Thank you, man. Thank you
Hell
for
yeah.
inviting me.
Ain't no problem, man. This is the Scottie Show. We just have fear. Man, this was a really good conversation, man. Thank you for pulling up, dog.
No
Peace.
problem. You have a good night.
You too, dog.
Peace.